Hi guys, I'm gonna make a video about giants. Well, I'm gonna talk about the Egypt giants. But before that, it was another giants generation, the first one, and that exists 300 million years ago. And after that, the second generation, they were not as tall as the first one. And so this only went up to 36 inches tall. Before that, I'm going to introduce you to a chart, which is this one. Okay, this is the first generations. From 1 million to 300 millions, they were giants on planet Earth. And they were huge. Giant trees, giant animals, giant humans, from 200, 300, and up to 500 feet tall. And the evidence is petrified wood and trees, mud fossil of human giants, mud fossil footprints, and mud fossil animals. So just go to this side just to see the chart. Okay, this is 100 million, and this is 1 million, and this is 500,000. And this 500,000 is when the Anunnaki extraterrestrial arrival. So we're gonna talk on my next video from 500 and less up to 12,000 years. So you know, that's why I'm showing you this chart. And now I'm going to show you a different chart. This from 500 to 12,000, like I say. Okay, 500,000 years ago, the Anunnakis arrived, but first one was Leo, Anu's brother. Then 450,000, they sent Anu's sons. And then from now on, they came to Earth and looked for minerals and gold, which they found a lot in Earth. And this, they got tired of doing it all the work themselves. So 250,000 years later, they decide to create Adam and Eve. That's when the white race come out. They come out blonde and blue eyes. And so when these guys ask for help, they bring the Igigis, which is this race. They both are Anunnaki, but these Igigis were under these guys because the Anunnakis were in charge. The Igigis were under. So, but when they arrived 125 years ago, they really like the daughter of men, and that's when they mingle together, and they create a new race they call Aryans, and they come out 10, gold color, the skin, but red hair and blue eyes. And then out of this first generation come out 36 feet giants. I suppose not all 36, but they were the most tall. And then after that, it was a ice age, 72,000 years, and up to 65 was a pole shift. And then another one over here, 12,000 years, and that's when the Noah's Ark and the story of the Bible. Well, this says diluvio, deluge, and flood. So we're gonna talk about before 12,000 in this document, and I had to be fast. So I'm going to show you next picture, and it's about this. So you know the giants over here went up to 36 feet, and this is in Egypt before 12,000 years ago. I'm gonna go quick. This is the giants on Egypt, and as you see, they're tall, and the regular human being is this. And this, even though it's a small one, is taller than this. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. Here is a regular human being. This is the giants, and this is where on below the knee. So be observer, because I'm just gonna go through the information, because over here there's one thing, the obelisks. You see how big they were, and one giant could put the obelisk by himself. That's why each one have one, because one giant can do the job. And by showing you this, because we're giants, so they did the pyramid too. Okay, so just to let you know, this is a regular human being, and that's the giant. Okay, that's a giraffe, and this is the tall as a giraffe. So this is the, well, machete or knife or whatever they call, that's for war, for the giants. And as you see, the cows were underneath, below the knee, and so, or below the waist. They use the cows, but they can bend because they were tall, big tall, and that's the cows still in place. We have no more giants, but we still have cows surviving. Okay, we're talking about the pyramids, and so I'm going to show you this this giant, and I'm going to focus onto the neck and the face. Okay, so I'm going to get closer. As you see, from the ear, from the neck, and from the nose is bleeding. Of course, it's dry blood, and it's petrified also. It's no longer blood, but it was real. So I'll show you a picture later, and I'm going to talk about this. I want you to pay attention the size of this human and the statue. It's a statue on the floor, broke down 12,000 years, and they never left it because they're so big and huge and heavy because they're made of granite. Okay, I'm gonna let it play, but before that, I'm gonna make sure the volume is high so you can hear it. There you go.
Start here. This is Brian Forrester video graciously allowing me to show this, and this is how I have found out that the statues here, as you can see, this is a giant statue, and it's obviously a statue. And as I go further here, he was showing this and saying this was unusual weathering. And, you know, obviously they didn't understand, and who would, to look for a creature inside here. But there's the actual ribs. Those are the rib bones. I got an anatomist look at this. I absolutely guarantee. And there's the lung, and I believe that's the liver. And it's all covered in granite, which is granulized, leftover crushed stone after they leached out all the metals.
Okay, well, I just want you to hear that this the ribs of the giants, and this is the lung, and this is the liver. So, and as you see, they're covered by granite, the hardest rock ever. So I'm going to spend a few minutes in this, and I'm going to tell you about mud fossils. Mud fossils is coming from the north. Well, but before went to the north, we're on the tropics, and they're, yes, animals or human beings, these mud fossil. What happens, the earth suffers a catastrophe, a pole shift every 12,000 years, and so from the tropics, any place in the tropics becomes a North Pole. And so they move quick to the North Pole, and everything, animals, human beings, everything, life, trees, everything go into the North Pole and got stuck there for 12,000 years. The human beings, because we are flesh and soft tissue, we got squished into a pile of mud. And this pile of mud absorbs minerals for 12,000 years. So when the pole shift again 12,000 years later, when they move back into the tropics, this mud fossil is soft as clay. And so this clay is just clay. You know, they call mud fossil because for everything they got a name, but it's soft as clay. So you can do anything. You can make buildings, you can make churches, you can make anything you like. You can even make sculptures out of that because it's soft as clay. So I don't want to spend more time. What happened to this body? They just cover it with mud fossil, and that's how they become petrified. Okay, well, I guess this is the most important thing to show you, and I'm gonna lay a clip so you can hear him.
It appears as if the stone has been hit by very intense flashes of heat, And we believe that this happened approximately 12,000 years ago, solar plasma outbursts from the sun, as chronicled in my book, Aftershock.
All right, I just want you to hear that the Earth suffered 12,000 years ago a catastrophe. And so over here is another video, but I'm going to let it go because I ran out of time. I just want to tell you about the pole extinction, pole shift, pole reversal. The Earth suffers every 12,000 years, and that is 12,000 years, 24, 36, 47, 48, 72. It's just a small period, but the Earth suffers catastrophes every 12,000 years. And so that's the pole shift, and that's the new poles. This is going to become the North Pole, and this is going to become the South Pole. You can watch my other videos because I don't have not much time, and it's about 2025, 2030 when this pole shift is going to occur on planet Earth. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.